this is AJ, and this is my final project for Python. So here I have my header at the beginning of my project, and the name of my project is Interactive Quiz Application, which is my final project. And I wrote a small description about my project. So this project actually is an interactive quiz application, and there will be popped up four answer when the user clicks one of the answer, either it's correct or not. There will be quick feedback for the chosen answer, if it's correct or not. And this application has 25 questions, and at the end of this 25 question, the score will be printed out, and the application would be closed by itself. So this is a small summary of this, and this is my code for that. So I wanna start my code from here. Okay. So here first, import tkinter as tk, and since I created this on GUI, so I imported tkinter, and I named an alias name for that tk. And also I imported a message box from the tkinter. Because I need the message box in several places in my project. After that, I created my quiz app class, and inside this class, I created my constructor, div init self master, um, and after initializing my constructor here, I assigned the self.master equal to master. This self actually represents the attributes of this class, so it's having self is necessary with the master here. The master actually is my main frame here, and the main frame which holds all the widgets, every buttons, labels, and everything. And I created the title by the name of Interactive Quiz Application. And I assigned the geometry of this frame to 400 by 300. And after this, I have a file on my desktop by the name of questions. Here I created a variable by the name of questions, self questions, equal to self.load questions. Actually, this variable calls the load questions method, which is this, and this line of code is responsible for loading all the questions, because this is the variable that I just created, and this is the method that is from here. After that, I created another two variables here: current index question, which is 0, and also self.score, which is I assigned them to 0. And after that, I called the method of create widgets, and of course it is an attribute of this class, so I called and I named it. I brought the self at the beginning of it. So this method will be responsible for creating our widget in this. And after creating my mainframe and loading the questions and assigning some attributes, and also calling the create widget methods, I created another function by the name of load questions. And here I created a variable file path by the name of file path, and I entered the path for the question, which is on my desktop, and users AJ desktop, and the name of the files is the name of the file is questions.txt. So and this loads the question from the desktop, and after that I created a try catch block, a try except block, and here first it will try. I used OpenWin as file. So this method opens and closes the file, and inside this I entered file path, which is this, which takes the file, and after that I created as R. It means read only reading mode, or upload the file in reading mode, which I cannot, or we cannot edit the questions or add anything extra. So this with open file path as a reading mode and as file. So after opening this file path as on reading mode, we can and create a variable by the name of lines and assign the file and to the readlines method. And so this readlines method reads all the files lines and saves that into lines variable. After this, I created a variable by the name of questions, and I assigned that to an empty list because I wanna uh, save some question in this list. That's why I created that as empty. And so here, and since I wanna iterate over something, and after that I wanna save them in this question, so I use the for loop here for line in lines. And so it will go for line each time in lines, which is this method, and this method takes this file. So for line and lines, for line and lines, what should it do? It should take question, options, correct answer as different attributes, and what should it do? It should um, first stripe them and then split them. It means if there is any yeah, big if there is a white space at the beginning of them or at the end of them, they should be striped or removed from them. So this is responsible for that. And after removing the white space from the beginning and from the end of them, so then they should be splitted by this semicolon. And after that, I said questions, which is this, and is an empty list. Questions that append what? Append here I created this text question, append this question, which is this options, which is this option that split. Of course, the option should be splitted by this comma, and correct answer, and this is correct answer, and the correct answer, which is a number, so it should be an int, so I brought the int at the beginning of the correct answer, and at the end it should return questions, which will be a full list of new questions. So after returning the questions and after going through and trying all these, if there is an error, I created an except block here, and it says um, this except block. It will if this except block is responsible for file not found error. This exception will be handled um, if there is not any question on that. So if it happens and this exception comes, what should it do? The message box show the error, and error message is this is the message. It takes two parameter. This is message, and this um, as a as a as a text of the message. So question file not found. if the question is not there, so this exception will be handled. And after that, self.master.destroy, the master or the master frame will be destroyed or will be closed if there's not more questions, and this will destroy the main frame. Okay, so I want to bring destroy. Okay. After destroying that and that method which was loading the question, I created another function by the name of show question. Show question, um, and of course at the parameter I put self. And here created a variable by the name of question data and questions, which is from the above the list as self.current question index. This will take each question index and will save them on question data. After that, I came and created a self.question label and that configuration. Configuration inside the configuration method, the text would be a question data, and this question data will take each element of the question list, and this will configure it that way. That and after this it will and I will I took advantage of enumerate and I created for I, which is for index, and another this is the key or this is the value, and enumerate question data options. So for I and also for option, enumerate them. And so first for question data and for question data, each option of that list. So option button, which is this is the index, and config that with the text option. So it looks a bit hard for explaining, but this is responsible for printing the key and value of the question data. And after that, the option buttons will be configured as option text. So this is all for show question up to this point. And after that, I created another function by the name of check answer. Of course, self and selected option as its parameter. Question data again here, and self question, self that current question index. This will take the question data and the question index, and after that question correct answer index. Sorry, I thought I mispronounced it. Correct question index, yes. Correct answer index equal to question data correct answer. So this is responsible for checking the question and also the correct answer from question data and for question index in questions. In here, if selected option equal to correct answer index, save the score +1. And the message box should print this info: correct, your answer is correct. Else, otherwise, it should say message box show error incorrect. Sorry, your answer is incorrect. And if the selected option is the same as corrected answer, the score will be plus with 1, and this message will be printed out. It means your answer is correct. If the answer is not correct, this message will be printed out, and there will be no number for that, and not any number to be plus because the answer is incorrect. And in here, self that current question index +1. And of course, also if it's question 2, it will go to question 3. So definitely the index will be added by 1. So either it is correct or not, the index of questions will be added. After that, another if statement. if self dot current question index is less than a length of questions, self questions, it means if current question index, if it might be 25th question. If this question um, is less than the length of self question, the length of or the length of our and the length of question is 25. So if it is question 25 and it is less than maybe if this is yeah, maybe this is 24 and this is 25. So after that, show what? Show questions. I call them the function of show questions. Otherwise, if the index of the question is not less than the question, do what? Show final score. It means if this is not less than that, it means it's equal or bigger than that. It means we are going to question 26, which we do not have the question 26 at, on that time. It should only show the final score and not for going in the other question because there is not another question. And this the method and the other function I created here is show final score, of course self. And for the final score, it should say message box show info. I use the message box and show info method, and it should say quiz ended. Quiz ended. Your final score is self score divided by length of self questions. Um, so when it is the last question, this message will pops up and it say quiz ended, your final score is, and the score, the total score, which will be maybe whatever is the score, of course the correct score, and it will be divided by over the length of the question, which is 25. And after that, serve that master that destroy again. When this messages pops out and it shows that your score is like this, of course the mainframe will be destroyed or will be closed automatically. After that, I have created my create widgets function. And so in here, I created this variable self.question label equal to tk. I create a label, so dot label, and I put the self master at the mainframe here. And the text is empty, and right point 380 justify center font, and the font is Arial 12, the size of the font. In the self.question label .pack with the pathway of 20. After creating the label and this text and all these edits, I packed that as PDY of 20. After that, I created an option buttons and an empty list of option buttons, and I used for I in range 4, and so I need 4 buttons for my options. And instead of just going and creating just this is 1 button, this is 2 button, or this is 3, just I used for I used a for loop here in range 4. For I in range 4 button, oh my batteries. Okay. For I in range for a button equal to first I want to create a button, so I created a button variable tk. That button, I put the master as a main root here, and the text is empty. Again, the weight is 30. Command is lambda. idx equal to 1, and do what? Check answer idx. So idx. So this button is responsible for creating my button and putting it on the master frame. And after that, I said button.pack with the pathway of 5 in self.option buttons.append button. So this it will go over them and create 4 buttons because I added 4 here. So for each iteration, there will be 1 button created. And after creation of every of them at the end, all the optional buttons will be appended to the button button. And at the end, show question. So I call the show question in here because showing the question over these options are of course necessary. And at the end, I created my main function, and I created my root and tiki, which is the alias name, as a tiki. This creates the main window, and this variable equal to quiz app.root. This is the name of my class, and root is um, root is the yeah root is root is the, yeah, of course, root is the main point of the quiz app. So for running this class, this root should be on the main loop. So app.quizloop as a parameter of root, and this root.main loop. This or this is equal to visual true, something like this. And root.mainloop, this method is responsible for as it will create an infinite loop for creating for holding the mainframe and all the GUI things. And after that, this is like a kind of a main method for me. And if name equal to is the same as main, if name is equal to the same main, I call the main method here. And after calling it here, my code is finished, and my code is done. So right now, let's run our code and see if that works. Yeah, here we see a beautiful quiz game here. What is the capital of Japan? Tokyo. Your correct answer is correct. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Maybe Leonardo da Vinci. Your answer is correct. Well, what planet is known as the red planet? Mars. Your answer is correct. What is the chemical symbol for water? H2O. Your answer is correct. And who is the author of the Harry Potter series? Maybe if you write this, your answer is incorrect. So it is 25 question. At the end, it will give you the score. And yeah, so this is my um, this is my application, and yeah, that works well. And thank you very much. And this is my final project for you. Thanks a lot.